Hello and welcome to Hit the Bricks.
Everything that's interesting about Guthrie, Oklahoma. We're here at Stacy's place this week.
On location again.
Yep, Stacy Smith,
Hi.
the proprietor.
Yes.
That's the right word, proprietor? Yeah, we'll go with that.
Well, we will. We'll use
Yeah.
that.
How many years has it been?
4 years.
4 years, man. I remember the day it opened. That's how, and the build-up process and all that stuff. Has it
Yep.
gone by quick for you?
It's been very quick but very long as well. So it's kind of a
Depends on
weird
what day it
combination. Yeah, ask me what day it is and I'll do. Yeah, it's been wonderful though.
I remember when you posted on Facebook, like something about like, you know, I can't remember if it was like even like the logo on the glass or something about like you were starting your own place, and everybody was like, what? And everybody's like probably texting you and messaging you.
Everyone thought I was gone, I think, after Boneyard closed. Everyone thought, they were like, where did Stacy go? Well, that's why the name Stacy's Place came about. Just because I wanted everyone to know that, yep, it's me, I'm back. So,
Right on. Yeah. So obviously this wasn't like your first like restaurant experience.
no.
Like you've been in this game for quite a while.
Yeah, I started out catering when I was with a lady when I was younger, when I lived in Washington, and just throughout time have done different restaurant jobs. And then when I actually moved to Oklahoma, I helped do some stuff at the Snyder's IGA in Yukon because that's where I moved to. And then I got hooked up with Raspberries and Cream on May and managed that for a few years, and then just moved up here to Guthrie and then got with the Boneyard guys and managed their establishment for
That's
years.
where I got to stop you. How'd you find Guthrie?
I actually met a guy and got married.
Love does it every time.
No, now I'm divorced. So
What's love got to do with it?
right, I was like, it looked like a good place. No, it was really even after I got divorced, I love the community. I love
glad
the
he got you
people.
here then.
I love. Yeah, I was definitely meant to be here. I
Yeah.
think so. It was a chance meeting that brought me to Guthrie. So.
See, this is a perfect example of that. Hit the Bricks is not rehearsed or anything. We're on the fly. We're on the fly.
Never know what's going to happen.
Now you're gonna end up with my whole life story. No,
Everything
kidding.
interesting about Guthrie. Well, here we are.
Yeah.
And before you had the Stacy's Place Empire, which
Yes,
is here now.
yes.
Back when my wife was pregnant, you had a little place, a cafe
Yep.
down the street.
Yep.
And that was the only place that my wife could eat.
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Amanda's wonderful. So it was, yeah.
Like literally, like I think once a day we had to eat there. 'cause
Yeah,
otherwise
she
would have
hung out
starved.
with me quite often. We spent a lot of time together, so it was just sitting and visiting. It was cool. Got to know your family pretty well. So it was
Right.
That was, what, 13, 14 years ago?
14
It was-
years ago. That's when
Is Eli only 14?
he just turned 14 this past weekend.
I feel like it was so much longer than that. I feel like it was so long ago.
Well, okay. So I'm going to open up my own place, Stacy's Place.
Mm-hmm.
What was the menu? Did you know exactly what it was, or did you fight with that?
I didn't really fight with that. It was more just down-home food, just trying to find things that like I made at my house for my kids, and I love to cook, so it was just trying to create a menu to where I could utilize different things in different areas and, you know, have a lot to offer people. So it wasn't a difficult task really at all.
Because I was the Oklahoman contacted me for a big Friday night game, and they said they do this thing called Friday Night Eats.
Yeah.
You know, before you go to the game, you got to go place, and they called me and asked me. I go, well, Stacy's Place is the ideal place because it's half a block from Jelsman
Right.
Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a home style cooking. So whatever you're going to get in your grandma's or mom's kitchen is kind of the reference of what they have here.
And that's what I aim for. That's why I don't have TVs in here. I'm trying to get more of that. Just go in, have a family meal, and just kind of hang out. And we have games and, you know, just different stuff. You can come have dessert, ice cream, and just kind of hang out over here in the sweet shop, or just, you know, come in and have a meal. We do have a bar now, so have a drink with your meal if you need to.
Right on.
You know,
Right
yeah.
on.
So
The official game for the Evans family is Uno, by the way.
Yes.
Guaranteed we play that. The 10-year-old loves Uno. So
we are Connect 4 people.
Yes.
So
I have like zero attention span for board games.
Yeah.
Like my son loves to play them, but he's like, "Let's play this game, Dad," and I'll be like, "Okay, here we go." And
I'm done.
yeah, I just like zone out immediately. And I can't.
Uno, you can go boom,
Yeah.
draw four.
Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
Skip you.
There's some like card game we've played where like where you throw this like a spoon. You grab a spoon. Spoons. Yeah.
Oh, I was
Spoons.
So aptly named game
Yes.
because it involves spoons. But you had to like whatever hand you have in the card game, depending on what happens, you grab a spoon, and whoever doesn't get a spoon loses or something. I don't know. I'm not good at this.
There's cards here and there's spoons here, but I don't think it's a house rule you can play spoons.
Hey, we can. I don't have a problem with it. Whatever you need to do.
As long as you're buying things.
Yeah, just sit down and play a game.
Of course, I don't know if we want to get into desserts right now, but that's a lot of people know you for. I'm at the chicken. What's the meatloaf and then the chicken and
chicken waffles.
Chicken waffles. My group, my lunch group, love. That's what they always get. Meatloaf and chicken waffles. That's
it's a pretty complicated name for it.
Yeah,
I know.
Chicken
It's like
waffles. They call it chicken and waffles.
Hamburger salad. It's pretty simple.
Chris is pretty simple. That's what he eats. Yeah.
But it's the desserts, as we see back here, is what a lot of people know you by.
Right. Well, I've had a cake business since I had the Uptown Cafe. I've had a cake business, so it's been going on 15 years. So I do a lot of birthday cakes and wedding cakes and different things like that. So.
Yeah, I think Eli's like first 2 or 3 birthdays. You made the cake.
I think I did his baby shower cake too.
Heck yeah, right on.
Yeah.
You've been in their life quite a bit.
We're like Sam.
So what's you got a whole case full of desserts back there, and like milkshakes and stuff, right? Yeah. So what's the most popular dessert you think?
We do a lot of cheesecake here because we offer a huge variety. Everything though is just, we sell a lot of desserts. I was hoping that I would have to fill that case about once every couple days, but it's pretty much an everyday thing, which is a great, wonderful moment. So, but it's a little bit everything. You know, it definitely cheesecake is one, and then I have any of my regular layered cakes as well. We sell a lot of that. Bread pudding too. I make a mean bread pudding, and it's different every time. It can be pancakes and waffles one day or cinnamon rolls and cookies. It's not just your regular bread pudding. It has a bunch of really good stuff in it. So.
And that's the good thing, because the menu's great and the desserts are great, and that's what restaurant business is hard.
Very hard.
Very hard, especially in towns that there's a handful of places of sit-down restaurants of this quality, and there's only a handful of those in this town. And Guthrie is not different from any other small town like that, but it is hard.
Yeah. Well, you have to be able to utilize. Things in different ways, because if not, your food costs are so high that you just wouldn't make it if you couldn't. You know, you have to be able to take your baked potatoes and make potato soup. You have to be able to adapt to different things, and when you find things that you can get a good deal on or something like that, that you have to be able to create some items to be able to make it. And that's one thing about here. It's hard to train cooks here. Just because I'm a home cook. I'm one of those. I'm not a trained chef. I'm one of those people that's like, put a pinch of salt in there. Do it. Like it's really hard to actually. My cooks look at me like, okay, what are we doing today? So I am really hands-on in the cooking here every day, because it's just something that I have to, in order to maintain food costs, but to make sure that everything I make sure my produce is really fresh, and I'm just very picky about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I bet it's a whole different dynamic than like. Sometimes you see that a restaurant is opening in some city, but it's like a restaurant group who has like, here's their accountant,
they have millions of dollars,
and then their chef over here, and like they have 18 different positions in the restaurant group to help launch this business.
Marketing team,
This is Stacy's place,
and that's
you are the team,
and I think that's why it's important though for me. A lot of people go. I was delusional, I think, when I opened this place. I thought I was going to hire a bunch of people and I was going to just be cute and stand there and greet people and say hi to people and just still have my face out, because I was a waitress for so many years. I thought it would still be the same one-on-one interaction with people. But I do spend so much time doing anything from, I have to maintain the inventory and do the ordering and stuff like that. It just to make sure that things run smoothly. I would love to be able to have a whole marketing team, and that would be wonderful. It's not realistic sometimes in a smaller town.
And your scenario is a little bit different. With my news page responsibilities, I take the camera, I take the pictures, I do all the videos, I go home, I edit the video, I write the story, put it all together on the website. And I don't have anybody like marketing team in that, but I'm hands-on, so I do everything. So I do it the way that I know. I don't have employees. Is that hard to get? Because what the employees are resemble of you.
For sure, they.
And so it's like, are you ever like at home? Like at 7 o'clock on the night? I know you're not usually here, but so that might answer my question. But are you like? I hope the team's doing good.
Every day.
I mean, that would be
every day.
Because if I send someone out to go do a story on city council, I'm like, do they really say that in quotes? I'm just mind games with
every day, and that is I'm generally the first one here, and then I generally am one of the last ones to leave, just because. I mean, I have a lot of employees, and we're all human. So sometimes I look at the bigger picture from the money standpoint as well. So if all the lights are left on, or something where people are in a hurry because they want to get home to their families, like it's me going behind going, you guys shut the lights off, So it's, I mean, it's a little bit different. People get, it's my thing. This is my dream. This is my, so everybody else is like, we're just here to make money and go home. And I have great employees.
Yes. You posted a picture the other day with your staff. And I was like, holy cow, you've got an army of people.
I have a lot of people. I really do. And actually, that picture, I think, is an older picture. So my staff changes. The servers generally do. Just because people, this being a smaller town, a lot of the servers know that you can go to the city and make a lot more money just because of the number of people that come through the door.
But on the other side of that, when you do have that valuable employee, it's the world.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I have, my cooks have all been here since I opened. Which is great to have the same people. They've dealt with me for 4 years now, so I mean, and then I have some really great server staff too that has been here for quite some time. It seems like in Guthrie, and I think any business owner can attest to this, it always seems like you're trying to fill one position, because it's always kind of out there. Somebody, you need more people or something. So I always have somebody new. It seems like, but they're still great people.
Absolutely.
You can do a little bit of everything in your space now. Whether it's just like, two folks need to have like a business meeting.
Right.
Or you can accommodate a large group. You even have like the back room.
Right, and that actually seats 100.
Yeah, so that people can rent the back room, or how does that work?
How it works is I do the catering back there. There's not actually a room fee, so there's a $500 minimum that you spend to use that space. So generally, it's about a 30-person minimum to meet that, and that includes like 2 entrees, vegetables, starch. I mean, you have everything included in a meal back there. Your service, you don't pay extra for a server back there. You guys don't have to do any cleanup. You come in, you have a great meal, you utilize the space, and then you go home, and we deal with the rest of it.
Up to 100 folks.
100 folks back there. Yeah, it's 80. Excuse me, it's 80. Very comfortably, we can fit 100 back there. It is. You start feeling a little bit claustrophobic. You have to definitely like each other to be able to sit next to each other.
And it can be. I mean, you have firefighters have their meetings back there. Civic groups have their meeting.
Lions Club meets back there.
Our Hall of Fame meeting, Guthrie High School Hall of Fame, we meet back there a few times, and we're only 7 or 8 people. Now we don't get catered, but we eat here. But it can be that small, that big.
Yeah, we get a lot. The SWAT team meets back there quite often, just because they can get. I love those guys. I'm like, come on in. It just gives them the space to where they can go back there and talk about things that not everybody needs to be involved in. So it's not always the 30-person or $500. If the space is open and nobody's using it, we'll try to accommodate any way we can. And
when you first opened up here, you were just on the east side.
We were just on this side.
This side? Okay, that's right. Yeah. And then you expanded to like this entire establishment now. It is kind of cool that some places, if you show up with like 10 or 12 folks, it's kind of like, we have to figure out how to make this work. Right. But here you got if a family of 10 or 12 shows up
to 20.
It's really like a pretty comfortable place.
I even use this space sometimes. I'll get people that just want to do like a little baby shower, or at Christmas time there'll be like 10 ladies from an office and they want to have a little Christmas party. So people still are coming in through the main door, but you have your own little kind of private area where it's a little bit quieter than actually the dining room. So, but we can accommodate just any kind of groups that people. We also do off-site catering.
Oh yeah,
all that kind of stuff. Box lunches, a little bit of everything going on here. So,
I even remember, I think my son was like in like 3rd grade or something, and his teacher brought the whole class here to like teach them manners.
Yes.
They ate lunch here. They had to like be quiet and use their napkin and use the right fork for things.
We do a lot of those actually. We get a lot of them, and a lot of they'll bring in kids that are like junior high or middle level.
They can a rehearsal, a refresh course, and when they're
and it's just teaching them how to tip.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And so that's one thing I try and tell them, the lady's like, well, please don't add a gratuity. We promise you your server will be taken care of. And I love that. I love being, anytime there's a learning experience involved in it as well. When I first opened, I had hired a bunch of younger, like high school girls, just because my daughter was in high school. And so I just giving people that first opportunity at a job where they can learn. I have a lot of knowledge, to try and teach people. So, but then after that, I was like, I need some older ladies in here to break up the monotony of high school a little bit,
You mentioned the learning curve, and you know how to make the cheesecakes and the mashed potatoes and the corn, and you know how to do that. But was there a learning curve for you, like business taxes, permits?
Oh my God, yes.
Refrigerator going out, air conditioning going out.
Well, now that you're speaking of that, no.
Now there's just so much outside of the restaurant that but you have to shift your focus to the business side of things.
And that's hard for me. Yeah. That's my hardest thing. That's why it's hard for me not to see people. Like people go, we haven't seen you in months, and I'm like, I swear to God, I'm here. Because it is. If a toilet breaks, I'm generally the one that has to make sure it's right until a plumber can get here. If if a water heater goes down, I'm the one stressing, going, oh crap, we need to get to, So yes, I was always a front of the house, kind of manage the people and make sure things are right. I've never really managed the back of the house part of it. So for sure, I have a wonderful CPA that takes, just to where I don't have to, there's a lot of it. Just learning the overhead and what you have to make to actually sustain your business for a month or longevity at all, So it's definitely a learning curve.
And that's good about being a popular spot here is you have plumbers come in here and need CPA. So and yet you're great with relationships with people. So it does help to call Mr. Plumber at 9:30 at night. I need something now.
I'll tell you what, long hair is like my best friend. I called him this morning because my door is having an issue, and I was like, he said, well, we're going to come in for dinner. I said, I got you on dinner. Just come fix my door. So we definitely, that's one good thing about being in a smaller town, though, as compared to city, is people, you build those relationships with people, and you get that rapport where somebody, everybody has my cell phone number, but I have everybody's cell phone number, it seems like, too.
It probably is fantastic and also complicated at times because let's say like you're having to get the dishwasher fixed and you walk through the restaurant, everybody wants to talk to you, and so it's kind of like that walk. It probably needs to be like a 5-second trip. It's never a 5-second trip.
I sneak this way. No, I try to always go through, and people will see me. That's one thing that a lot of my servers say. I will not hesitate to jump out there and take a table if I have to, or bus a table or do something. I just feel like we're all a team and this is business. I definitely want to keep people come in here. A lot of the regular people that I've waited on for years are coming here to even see me still, though. Yeah. So I try to take that time to have a conversation. But sometimes it's kind of one of those, hey, how you doing? Gotta go. Those quick moments. Yeah, I'm sure you guys have had that a few times.
It's like just walking through Walmart.
You go
I'm
to
just here for toothpaste. In and out.
Okay, I had a really embarrassing moment the other day at Walmart. Side story, but how people have the Shonda has them. Shonda is our camera person today. Aaron is not feeling well, so
if it looks like we're talking, she didn't get the audio on.
So Shonda has the little Bluetooth headphone things that she wears sometimes at work when she's ignoring us.
They're not even on.
Which is interesting because a few times, over the past couple of years, I've seen people in Walmart wearing the Bluetooth things, and I will walk up to it and I'll see them do the little tap thing, and the first few times that happened, I thought that the person was saying, I'm listening to something, leave me alone. And so I'll be like getting ready to say, oh, sorry, and I'll just walk away. And then it wasn't until recently that somebody did that, and they started talking to me. I was like, what did you just? And they're like, I stopped the music. You tap it and it stopped. I assumed that they were in the middle of a podcast and they were like, leave me alone.
Yeah, I'm busy.
And I'm like, oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you at Walmart.
Hit the Bricks podcast, hopefully. But they also have the phone and they're talking, I need to go there. Excuse me, what? Oh, no, I'm on the phone. Oh, not talking to me.
So I didn't realize that they were actually stopping it so they could talk to me.
And you just walk off. You're like, I'm out of here.
I'm Courtney and I'm here for toothpaste.
Yeah. So this is my official apology to all of those Walmart folks.
We thought you were rude and just walked
totally
off.
Blew you off. I didn't realize that you were utilizing technology in its proper way.
That's pretty good. Pretty good.
What were we talking about? Stacy's place.
Yay!
Food, beverages, desserts. Okay, before we started recording today, I was talking to Stacy, and you're ready to start a new business in town.
Yep.
Yeah. So what are you starting?
Crazy. I'm actually.
This wasn't enough.
Yeah. Well, it's actually my boyfriend. It's both of us, but he will be the one taking care of that. We're actually opening another medical dispensary here in Guthrie. We have a few.
Right on.
It's going to be at 115 South First, and we're going to open in about 2 weeks. So it's right in between the Pollard building and the post office. Mm-hmm.
Right
Okay,
on.
we got 95,000 of them. Why do we need 95,000 of them? It's all the same product, right?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right.
Some are, yes. Obviously, there's always flour and cartridges and things like that. It just depends. Not all the product is the same,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I definitely don't know everybody's product here in town, so I can't speak on what they have. We actually started this about 3 months ago, and then my boyfriend had to leave to do some work. And so as the course of those 3 months had gone on, more of them kept opening and opening and opening, but we had already signed a lease and done all that. So it's ready to go. We're just waiting on our OBN number, which is Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics.
Sure.
You have to register with them. So we have all of our licensing and all that. I think one of the different things, and this isn't to sound arrogant, is that just people know me. They know my rapport with people and how I do business. Brandon has been with me we've been together 4 years, so he's been with me throughout this whole journey as well. Yep. Learning, just that's more his business, but learning, I definitely am more kind of the face person of it, just because to utilize the people, we're hoping to do some different specials between the two. Like if you save your receipts from there, you can come shop here and get discounts, or if you say I have a receipt from here. So the businesses are tied together, but they are two very separate entities as well. I don't know. I can't answer the question on why we need more.
And it wasn't a fair question. That was like an investigative reporting question. But I mean, what you just said, that the face, I've never been inside one, but if I don't know anything about it, obviously, the stupid question I asked earlier, but I know you.
Right.
So that would lead me to go to Stacy and ask her because of the relationship.
Yeah, I hope, because it's all about, obviously, the medical aspect of it and helping people that have tried other avenues throughout their life. And so we're just trying to help people, but ultimately it's business, bottom line too. So when all this came legal and everybody for sure saw dollar signs, we all saw hopefully that this is money. But then there's also, I have a nephew that has epilepsy. I have a father that's in a wheelchair. I have different things. So I have a lot of people in my life that they either can be legalized opioid addicts, or they can try other things to try and make their life better.
And it's so true, because in my mind, you see, and it's not just Guthrie. It's not
at all. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
No, it's everywhere.
So you're like, in your mind wanders to the bad stuff, obviously. But I have a friend who's passed, but he has a daughter who had the seizures really, really bad.
Right.
And it has made a world of difference in her life.
Right.
And so that's how I keep myself grounded to that stuff, because I have a personal reference to her life turning around. I mean, from multiple seizures a day.
Right.
And
my nephew suffers from that. He'll probably be wandering in here very shortly. But I do. That was our main thought process when we first decided to open. Then, of course, over these past 3 months, with all of them popping up, I'm like, man, are we making the right decision? But we're already in it, So it's just one of those things. We're hoping to offer just a good place for people to go, and it's discreet. We are right downtown, but we're not right on a main street, so there is still kind of a stigma with some people about marijuana and different things like that. So we're hoping to just give a more professional, discreet avenue for people to utilize. I
remember when my dad passed away, we were gathering up all his medications, and we were like, oh my gosh, there are like bottles and bottles and bottles of opioids here. First of all, what do we do with these? I was like, somebody can break in here and make a fortune off of this old man's medical supply. But it would have been that was before the industry really started here. But it would have been fantastic to have that option, as opposed to this 80 pounds of narcotics he had just laying yeah, it would have been great to have that.
Well, and I'm from Washington. I've been here. I consider myself a Guthrian or whatever we call ourselves. But I've been here for 20
cool
years.
people.
And Guthrie, we're just cool people.
Yeah.
I've been in Guthrie 20 years. So, but in Washington it is legal, but at recreation.
Yep.
So it's just, and then Brandon has been in Colorado doing some stuff for quite a while, a few years. So we're hoping, we are just a dispensary. We are not processors or growers. Ideally, somewhere down the line, if we decide that we want to add a processing license, if I want to take on some more, then we would make our own edibles, which is something that we've kind of talked about. I don't, right at this moment, I don't have another 24 hours in a day.
Sure.
So, so it's just, it's bringing in stuff. Plus there's so many people out there that are already processing and making things that I feel like we kind of, if we have too many, it's just not going to go the way we all want it to go.
It kind of feels like the industry, like all those aspects of it, over the next 3 or 4 years, it'll kind of like figure itself out.
It will. It's taken some time. I mean, even Colorado's a great way to look at that. I mean, it didn't start out running just tip-top shape for sure. Everything takes some time to work out the kinks and do all that. So, I mean, it's just something that we'll do.
Oklahoma took off quick with it because as soon as it was approved, it was maybe 4 months to get everything from the bottom up to get going.
They've changed things so much, though, and
that's going to happen.
Oh my God,
because they started it so fast.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like there definitely needs to be all the regulations that are there and things that we need to have that change. It is hard for somebody. That's part of the reason this has taken so long. Is it just we don't want to open and then have to change everything that we just spent all this time doing.
Oh, yeah.
So we're hoping to wait and get some of these. We're finally now at the point where we feel like things have chilled out a little bit and there's knowledge involved there, and we can just do it right.
I would think a lot of paperwork.
Tons of paperwork, ridiculous amounts of paperwork. Yeah.
So you have to be dedicated to it.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I don't have, like, Brandon will definitely be the person that people see every day over there. You'll see me, but not as much. This is my baby. This is, this is me. So, this is what I was born to do. So, so that's definitely his thing. And I will be in there and I will be handling more of the business aspect of it.
Running a business, or first of all, running the restaurant, this business, and then being involved in that, do you ever get to like have a moment where you're not thinking about your business?
No, there's no way. There's no way.
No. Even when I leave
brushing your
here,
teeth and like business, running a business, brushing my teeth.
I gotta go to the post office. I gotta go here and here before I.
Yeah, there's not a minute. Like even when we leave, we used to try and do a vacation for my birthday every year and a vacation for Brandon's birthday every year. But we went on a cruise last year, and it was the scariest thing to be out in the middle of the ocean and not have cell phone service.
Oh God!
And so you don't have anybody that people can't get a hold of you, and that's where I have good people, but it's still not. You still worry as a business owner. You're like, because it's inevitable. Something's going to break. Something, and then people are like, they're like, okay, we need to take care of this.
Well, because Chris is going on a cruise next week.
I'm already, you know what? Maybe I need to cancel because something's going to happen. Fortney's going to hold the town up, and I'm not there to report on it.
I'm out of town too.
Oh crap! We are in danger then.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So nothing's going to happen in Guthrie in that week.
Correct.
Whatever you guys are going.
Nothing important can happen.
Not at all. Not at all.
Nope.
I think we've had enough of important stuff to last us a lifetime for the past year almost.
Yeah, let's have no drama.
Nothing. No.
At least from at least for about a 14 period a day.
Yeah,
I would
let's
nothing
not
to
do
happen
anything.
here.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
Or I'm gonna be on a ship because I'm buying the internet package just in case I have to.
You know what though? We bought that internet package and it sucked.
That's what I heard.
Yes, it's terrible.
I don't know why I'm going on this Dutch cruise.
No, the cruises are fun.
Awful internet service.
The cruises are fun, but go through your local provider. Go through your provider and tell them you want the international package.
It's big bucks.
It is, but the internet on the ship you're going to spend like $50 a day and not have any service still. So you better just get the internet. Yeah, hey, I'm there.
Forney's kids get hurt. Internet's not good. Verla got sick, and Cowboy Jim Garner said, we are having engine problems. The ship I'm going is. It's not. It's running. It's just. Not,
oh my God!
It's not going. No. It's running, but just not as fast as they want it to.
What cruise line are you using?
Carnival Vista.
Oh, see, we did that Carnival Vista.
Was it good?
We had a blast. We had a blast.
No.
Don't go swimming in the swimming pools. Your kids will go, but listen, there is so many kids on these. I guess I'm kind of a germaphobe. I weird out about a bunch of kids in a swimming pool together. I'm just saying. They do. We had a blast though, but there is the pools are not huge, and there's like tons of kids in there because Carnival's more of a kid-friendly cruise line. Because we did an MSC after that, which had like no kids, and it was almost kind of boring because you didn't see the kids running around having fun. But you could definitely feel a little more comfortable going in the swimming pool the first day.
So 80 kids swimming for 3 hours, and not one of them has to go to the bathroom.
And not one of them has to go to the bathroom. And then by the last day, the water's like this greenish hue. Yeah, you don't go in the pool.
But after our cruise, they're taking out of service for 3 weeks. So I don't see anything that can go wrong with this at all. So it promises
3 weeks to filter the pool.
It probably does.
They said they were having engine problems. They're just going to filter the pools out.
We did do the Carnival Vista though. We had a good time. Yeah, they have their cruise director guy when we went. His name, they called him
Matt.
Donkey. Is the guy that we had when we went, and he was like a British guy that was hysterical. Like
was he wearing a kilt?
He wore a kilt sometimes, but he had he was so fun. Like it was so fun. Carnival is one of those kind of party ships though. Like they do the wet t-shirt contest. They do Carnival, you have time. Carnival was fun. We had a good time on Carnival,
My wife used to work for a company that they did like dance cruises where you could like go on a cruise and learn to dance. Yeah, she did it for a couple of years, I think.
They do it. Everything on Carnival is really kind of turned up.
Like the comedians there and the music director.
Emerald's Burger Bar is the best thing there.
It's Guy.
Or Guy Fieri's. I'm sorry. Yes, Guy Fieri's Burger Bar.
Guy. I YouTube 20,000.
Of course, we did
videos
too.
a day.
Yeah, we did too.
And they're all bragging about Guys. It's free.
Yes.
And I'm like, this better be good.
So have you guys signed up for like excursions?
Well, because of not only our cruise is delayed, but the first two before us were also delayed. But we are Mr. Sancho's in Cozumel is where we're going to go, all exclusive type deal. And then the other place is Costa Maya, and nothing booked there yet. So.
A lot of them you can book right when you get off too. And they cost less than actually doing it through the cruise line. So.
So because we were supposed to have 3 ports, but due to the engine, not failure, just slow.
Oh my God! And you guys are still getting on it.
Well, we got a cheaper deal too, I think.
Chris, what if you end up in the middle of the ocean just floating?
Well, I figure there's like other ships that come and help.
They're not gonna.
They have movie theater on too. They're featuring Titanic, so it should be a really cool show there.
Oh my God.
I am enjoying our new travel podcast we're doing. Cruise ship travel.
And Carnival's not even sponsoring the damn thing yet.
We need to contact them.
So we got it, but because of the engine issues, I don't know, the propeller thing's not going as fast. So they're only going like 8 knots instead of like 15 knots. But anyway, I got like $400 extra onboard credit. 50% off the next cruise.
You're going to need the liquor package with that.
No liquor. For 2 people, it's $900.
I know. We did it the first time, and I was shocked.
That's 6 adult drinks just to break even every day. That's 42 drinks in 7 to 8 days.
You can do that. You're on a cruise.
So the cruise that we went on, this is when Eli was little. The hospital here had like a like a fundraiser where they sold cruise packages.
Wow.
Yeah, and so like everybody, tons of folks in town bought these cruise packages, and so you had a charter bus full of Guthrie folks.
Oh my God!
That went down to Galveston, and so Eli was like 2.5 years old. He was on the bus. We drove down all the way to Galveston, down on the cruise, then drove back.
Hit his head.
Yeah, like he fell off of the little bunk, and we thought he killed himself on the cruise. It was a nightmare. And the best part of the cruise experience was on the bus back. They were showing like movies on the bus stuff. Yeah. And at some point, whatever movie we were watching, there was Goldie Hawn and somebody.
Overboard, I bet. Yeah.
Movie.
And at some point, one of the scenes, like
and Overboard.
One of the little kids like shouts some like profanity. Like, you blank, 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 blank. And Eli, like 2.5-year-old Eli's in the back of the bus. All of a sudden he goes, you blankety, and the entire bus like turns around, they're like,
whose kid is this?
like, get away from me, child, strange child.
We live in the same town as these people.
Yeah. So,
Who are your parents?
my child learned so many like awesome words from watching Overboard on the cruise bus.
My wife wants to snorkel, and we're going to do that. I think I'm going to try parasailing.
Oh yeah, I've done that before.
You done that
awesome.
before?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll have my GoPro up there, so
Of course.
Yeah.
get all that stuff.
The
Yeah.
water is the best part. It's just gorgeous. It's so beautiful. Yeah, so
Yep.
beautiful.
Stacy's place, new place is gonna be called what?
115 Green.
115 Green.
So, and don't the front of the building even green facade?
Yes,
It's like it's meant to be.
it was meant to be.
done.
It's right next to the post office, right?
It is. It's
Yeah.
the Pollard Building or the Victor Building, and then ours, and then the post office.
Yeah.
Right on. Your hours and days here at the restaurant.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 11 to 8. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 11 to 9.
Right on. And you're on, I know you're on Facebook. Mm-hmm. You're also on Twitter, right?
No,
Nope, never mind. Making it up.
Is Facebook the devil?
Facebook. Yes,
Yeah.
sometimes. Well, my thing is that, and I want to just throw this out there. Us as business owners,
Get it out. Let's just get it all out.
is a disclaimer right here. Us as
bricks
business
therapy.
owners, we do not have control over what people post about other
Yes.
places.
I'm so frustrated.
So I get, like, we don't have control. So I spend more time that could be used doing something productive, like somebody may say, perfect example, Stacy's place is better than so-and-so. Well, then, of course, I get phone calls by people saying how arrogant I am by posting that. I get people that are mad at me. Then what that does is that opens a line for people to bash both sides, which I feel is completely unnecessary. I feel like every business in town, all of us restaurants are different. We all are in wonderful competition of each other. We love each other, and I just feel like we all just enhance Guthrie. So I just feel like that Facebook is kind of the devil when it comes to. It's good with promotions.
Unless you're watching us on Facebook right now.
Unless you're watching this on Facebook, excuse me. You know, I mean, it has its benefits, but because I do a lot of promoting on Facebook as well, you know, like specials and try to show the daily special,
Absolutely.
things like that, because a lot of people see that. So I just feel like that sometimes it's the negativity that comes along needs to be just, everybody has had a bad experience somewhere. And we all, my biggest thing is all of us here in town as business owners, I feel like we strive to try and make those bad experiences better. You know, I mean, that's any business in town. So it just happens.
I think there's so many of them. A lot of people like me just overlook. It's just someone, usually the same person with the same.
Oh, I used to cry. Like, I used to cry. No lie. When I first opened and somebody would say, oh, Stacy's place is too slow. And then the first part of me, if anybody knows me, my first thought was, what the hell? This is home cooked food. You know, and I was like, this is not fast food. You know, so me, I'm like, and so I would get kind of irritated. But then I really would go home and I would think about it. And it would really make me sad because this is my life. So anytime we get a lot of, with us being so touristy here in Guthrie, you get people that will get online and they want to research the business. And so if you start seeing negativity, if our own people are being negative towards our own businesses, why would people want to visit our community? So that's one of my biggest things is I just like, guys, I understand. People are totally open to freedom of speech. They can say whatever they want. They can do whatever they need. But it's just we need to keep our community growing and flourishing and just people coming in to visit, you know.
A lot of similarities between you and with my business too, with Newspage. But I used to, those Facebook pages, I used to go, man, we got too many of them. But I've learned to kind of like them because they keeps all the people over there and off of my Facebook page. So it all works out.
But I think it all, like I said, it makes sometimes it makes some of us look not real smart. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, it's like people, okay, here, let's promote each other and build each other up. I think is the biggest thing to.
When people see those, when I see those negative posts, I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. It doesn't really weigh heavy on me. I know it's different as an owner. But I'm like, it's just someone.
Well, I always ask people, if somebody comes in and they say, well, lunch took too long today. Like this last week it happened. I got a call. I was actually headed to the city. And I looked on my cameras because I got a text from somebody and they said, food's taking really long coming out of your kitchen. Like I said, everybody has my phone number. So, and so I looked on my cameras, and they were getting slammed in here. Our dining room holds 300 people. And you know, lunch in Guthrie is about 11 or 12 o'clock to about 2. So when you have 300 people walk in your door all at one time, sure, lunch is not going to come out in 5 minutes. And that's one thing that people need to understand. If you're going to come in and sit down and have a home-cooked meal, we are not trying to just cattle call. Herd people in, kick them out, herd them in. We want people to come in. We try to accommodate, for sure. That's it. But I'm not going to compromise quality for speed.
Right.
I'm just not willing to do that.
And get rid of the negative people. Ain't it nice when there's a small issue that people call you instead of going to social media?
Yeah.
Yes. How much can get done by a simple phone call,
so
whether it's a great deal or, hey, can you maybe look at this?
It's amazing when you look on like Yelp or something, and someone has written like a literal master's thesis on their French fries somewhere. And it's like you get to the end of it, and it's like, wait, did you actually like talk to the
No.
They just decided they spent the entire night like editing this novel.
I'm gonna get 800 shares on this. Oh, I can't wait to get 500 likes.
Well, and I get people don't understand that things vary here sometimes. Like our shepherd's pie sometimes will have ground beef in it. Sometimes it has prime rib in it. Sometimes, because I do utilize things like we run prime rib on Friday night. Saturday, your shepherd's pie may have prime rib in it if we didn't sell it. I don't know many people that are going to complain about getting prime rib instead of hamburger. I mean, there's, or ground beef. So there's differences about just here than a fast food chain, for sure. We don't have the set, this is how you do everything.
In my mind, if I buy into prime rib, bonus day.
Right, and that's what I try to do. I mean, it's still gonna have ground beef in it, but I have posts like that all the time where people telling me what I need to put on my menu, and I'm always like, guys, if I have a menu that has everything that everybody wants me to put on it, you're gonna have a Cheesecake Factory menu that is like a novel, and I love Cheesecake Factory, but I get overwhelmed sometimes looking through their menu because
I'm 9 pages.
Yes.
You know what? There's an empty building over there. Go call it Desiree's place and call it good.
No, I literally have wanted to say that a couple times, but you have to be nice.
Yes.
I'm like, guys, just go open a different place. There's a, I mean, I definitely try to accommodate. We do a lot of specials. So every day we have a different lunch special and we have a different dinner special. So if somebody has something that, I have people that are like, we make amazing fettuccine here. Most people would not know that. We run it as a special, but it's excellent. So I'll get people that will say, why don't you put fettuccine on your menu? No, because we're not, I'm just not going to do that. That's what keeps it so interesting, is that it's a special once in a while. Like it's something you can get and you look forward to the next time we have it, so it's.
Then you have to print out new menus, laminate
new
menus.
Oh, Lord, I know.
I feel much better about myself right now because I was joking with you earlier about how I have literally 1,000 times
tried to open the door,
pushed your front door when I should have pulled. And a few minutes ago, I watched one of your customers do the exact same thing. I'm not alone.
You're really not alone. There's so many.
And then the second door, you have to
turn and push.
Yes.
Well, what's funny is you see the big sign above it.
This is pull. Yeah, I appreciate that.
That's for you.
You cater to your customers' needs.
I try. I really try.
All right, so come here and eat
please.
At Stacy's place.
On your oven, like at my house, I've been there for 20 years. Do you turn the burner on to make sure you have to feel which one it is, or do you know which one?
No, ours are gas, so we have flames.
Oh,
yeah.
So I need gas because
you need gas.
I turn the stove. I'm like, did I turn the right one?
Do you not have a knob that, like a little diagram above your knob that shows which one it is?
The picture's kind of confusing because that could be the front and that could be the.
And how long have you had this stove?
19 years.
Right on. You don't do enough cooking. Actually, I've seen some posts lately about you throwing down in the kitchen.
I'm a beginner.
Okay,
I'm nowhere near your level.
Some of it looks good though. I'm like, hey, Chris, that looks delicious.
But your food photography is looking good.
Yes,
it's hard to get good pictures of food.
Yes. It is.
Lighting's key.
Yeah. I try and use the portrait mode on my phone, and then you have to. Gosh. My people will walk in, and I'm like, like getting this perfect angle.
Like, why do you cut your steak up? I'm like, looks better.
iPhone portrait mode is like a miracle.
It's wonderful.
You get like depth of like field kind of stuff. And people be like, "Oh, how'd you do that?" I'm like, I pushed a button.
That's my secret is iPhone portrait mode.
Then you have the professional photographers. They'll put a picture and put hashtag no filters.
See, I don't even know how to use the filters. I just hit portrait mode. I'm like, I don't even. So everything that you see is what it is because I don't know how to use the filters.
People go to school to figure that
Yes.
stuff out, and the iPhone's like, just hit a button.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what's funny is, kids nowadays can teach you anything on a phone. Like, I am the most illiterate person when it comes to computer stuff at all. And so my daughters, they always joke, they clown me all the time about, I'm like, can you get this app on here for me? Or can you get, like, they crack up at me all the time. So I'm definitely non-filtered.
Thanks for allowing us to hang out in your
this
restaurant
was
today.
fun.
You guys, thank you.
Good
I
time.
appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Anytime.
So come to Stacy's Place, and we'll see you next week on, what is the show called?
Hit the bricks.
Yes, it is.
Yay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Coming home, coming home.